It's not exactly what you expect when you think Boracay.
Good morning, class. This is an interesting location to start today's video. I'm here in Fat Jimmy's Resort on Boracay Island in the Philippines, sitting in my beautiful clean bed for the first time in a couple nights. I had a long 3-day journey to get here from Cebu, so if you haven't seen that video, make sure you check it out. It was yesterday's video. But today, I have a CLATT meeting us here in Boracay. She's one of our amazing viewers, and she's coming down to meet me here in Boracay Island. Guys, I'm a little CLATT on Boracay. This is Jem. She's coming along with us today to explore kind of like the darker side of Boracay. She's from the area, right? We're in Aklan right now, right? That's the...
I'm from Kalibo, actually.
Kalibo, but Aklan is like the
province.
The province. I'm learning right now. It's a lot of trial and error. Today we're going to show you guys some of the sides that we wanted to see of Boracay that most people don't really see. So right now we're heading to a place called Bula Bogs Beach. Is that what it is?
Bula Bogs.
Bula Bogs Beach, and that's where apparently sewage is dumped into the water here in Boracay. First, we're gonna walk there. It's about a 15-minute walk from the resort that we're at right now. So we're down, getting closer to Bula Bogs or Bula Bogs, whatever it is, the beach. And as you can see, you turn kind of a street corner and you go down an alley. Everything stops being resorts where we were earlier and starts being more of a, well, flooded streets like this, the hostels. So hostels like this. There's definitely a big divide in the areas in Boracay, and that's what we're trying to show today.
I'm really happy we're getting this on camera right now. It's not exactly what you expect when you think Boracay. It's this. Alright, and just over there is the other side of Boracay Island.
So as you can tell, it's getting a little windier. I don't know how windy it'll be when I get on the beach, but I'm assuming it'll be pretty windy. So you can see the palm trees are kind of swaying and the water behind me is pretty rough, and that's because people are kite surfing there, kiteboarding. And the reason is because the beaches on this side of Boracay are a lot rougher. There's a lot of wind coming in. As you can tell, it is super windy out here. It's crazy, crazy windy. I can understand why the resorts are not placed every few meters here. I mean, you can see there's obviously like a little bit of development here because the kite surfers have taken over this beach. But it is, what a contrast between the two beaches. This is the stuff they don't see to get this camera angle. Alright, so Jam over here is a local, and she's been coming to Boracay ever since she was little. Obviously, because we're making a video on the environment here and what's different here and the different contrast between what you see and what you get, I want you to tell us a little bit about your experience with the island and like what you've seen change here.
So I've been coming here since I was a kid. So like before, hotels were like very limited to at least 3 or 5. This was way back. If I remember correctly, there were only just like bamboo gates separating from the main beach, and the main beach was like so far away. Boracay has always been my home, and I feel very at home here and I love it here, but I guess like it's a bit crowded now, but it helps really good with the tourism. But I guess we're at the point where we need to focus on the environment as well.
So you can tell the tourism here is booming. It's a booming industry, but there's always another side to things that I think it's important to explore, and that's what we're going to try to show you today. Alright, so I'm going to apologize now in advance for the wind a little bit. It might be a little bit windy. I purposely came here because I want to visually show you what I'm talking about. As we spoke about, this beach is obviously a little windier, so the beach is not as nice. There's a lot of stuff that's kicked up onto the beach, like a lot of debris going all the way across, whatever it be plastic bottles or plants or coconuts. There's just a lot of garbage kind of floating here on the beach. Besides that though, whoever runs these sewage treatment plants here on Boracay has decided that they want to dump all of the garbage and all of the sewage out onto this side of the beach. Instead of dumping it out on the white beach, which makes sense because that's where all your tourism is, they started dumping it all out here. So visually I thought I could show you guys the actual sewage, you know, line reaching out into the water and dumping stuff out, but it's actually beyond the reef. It's past the reef. But the main issue is with a lot of kiteboarders who write this down on the internet is that all the sewage is now coming back. It's turning around and it's reaching this beach again. So this beach is just lined with sewage. There is a particular smell in some of the parts that you walk around here, but from what I've read on the internet, that sewage is actually reaching the white beach as well. And so there's obviously an effect being shown here, and it's something that I think most people need to know. Whether there's a different solution to this, where it's taking the sewage and moving it somewhere else rather than dumping it into the water, it has to be doing some type of negative effect on the marine life here for sure, and for the people who are living out in this area. So now we're bouncing off from quote-unquote the darker area of Boracay to a place called Manok, and that's kind of the neighborhood where the Ati people live, which are the original inhabitants of this island and most of the Philippines. Guys, welcome to Manok Manok. Can you tell us a little bit about Manok Manok?
Okay.
I brought a local, alright?
So, I know very little about this place, but I've heard about it. This is actually where the Ati community is, the original people who live in Boracay. Before infrastructure or before civilization or anything, they were the first inhabitants of the island. They built the community to protect the Atis, or our indigenous people.
So yeah, just from the little research I was doing, the Atis actually arrived here 25,000 years ago. That's the records that we have of them. They're actually derived from a group of people called the Negritos. The Spanish called them Negritos because they were darker in skin. But yeah, this is the community. It's the last community in Boracay from what I've understood. So we're gonna enter in, hopefully meet some people and show you how they live. Oh, so they're Catholic here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because we are here.
This is their history. Wow, this is a cool building.
Yeah.
This is kind of the heritage center, and the whole ground is made of sand. There's sand in the building.
This is who they are.
So we're currently in the Ati community. We just got a little tour here of the entrance from one of the people that help run things here when it comes to the tourism aspect of it, to the Ati people. They've been giving a 2.1 hectare piece of land by the government, but they're currently fighting for their right to own their land here. So they have a little bit of this village that was given to them, and then a little bit of wetland behind it. Really, really cool place to be. Guys, this is Remedios, and she's gonna tell us about what being Ati means to her. We've just found her here in the village, and she's gonna...
Lahat kami, maging maayos ang mga anak, matapos naman ang pag-aaral.
So basically what she said is that they would just like to have a peaceful life and have a happy community with the children growing up here, and they have good education and stuff like that. Yeah.
It's pretty incredible to see how they live here. I mean, I've talked about this before, but there's such a diversity in the Filipino people when it comes to the color of skin and the way people look. You can tell the color of skin here is a lot darker in complexion. Also important to mention, the Ati people here are actually Catholic now. There's a little church set up here, and the Catholic nuns are helping them manage their land. But the original Atis thousands of years ago were not Catholic, and I think they were more pagan, like praying to certain objects or animals or the wind, sky, stuff like that. So you don't have to, but it is recommended to leave a donation here, so we've just given a little donation. But now I was thinking it'd be really cool to try to fly the drone in front of all the village residents. It's either really gonna freak them out or the kids are gonna love it. But I've noticed that kids around the world tend to really love the drone, so I thought it'd be cool to bring it out here and show it to them. Look at this. Wow. What is this? Guys, take it and you put the camera on it, and then you go like this. Go like this. Look. You take it and you go like that. Try it. Wow. Real-time vlogger. These kids are just fascinated by the gorilla pod. I love this guy. High five.
High five!
Woo! High five. Yeah. Hey, it's our little nudist. Look at all the drone. Can you guys see it? Wow.
Ano to?
Wow, this is... I love you, man. Guys, it's super windy, but we're gonna head on down to their beach real quick and check out their beachfront.
Sandugis.
This is your doggy?
Sandogi.
Shandoki? This is OG gangsters right here. There we are. Oh, that's my beard.
Oh, hindi.
That's my beard. Okay. Oh yeah, it was that one. So, what was that?
It was awesome.
That was pretty great.
It was awesome. It's like the best feeling that I have today.
It definitely beat my expectations. Like, I really loved hanging out with those kids. It was really fun. They're such a joy, like, especially when they see the camera for the first time and all the like gadgets, like the drone and stuff, they just start freaking out and they're like, oh, what's this, what's this, what's this? It's another side of Boracay you should know about, you should come explore, you should come see this stuff. It's not like it's not accessible. This was like a 5-minute ride. Whoa, and we're back. We're back in Fat Jimmy's Resort, here in the resort area of Boracay in Station 2. Back in Station 2. All I want to say is I just think it's important to come out here. That's all I'm trying to put out. Is like, if you're coming to Boracay and you want to enjoy the nice beaches and you want to enjoy the nice resorts and the food, that's fine. But also take into account, if you want to be an experienced, seasoned, responsible traveler, go out there, visit them, give them some money, make them happy, ask them questions, make them feel like they matter. They are in the end of the day, the people who belong to this island most. They are the original inhabitants. And so if you look at it from their perspective, it must be like a kind of a big whirlwind of just like their island has been taken over by tourism. I can see that just by walking through the many streets here. It is insane how many tourists there are in Boracay. It's so many. Besides that, walking back, we did see, I'm gonna overlay the images right now, not slums, but slummy, maybe more lower income housing placed over the island. And this exists everywhere. I think more than just Manok in that area. I think there's some in the north as well. And that shows you another perspective of this island, that it's not just all resorts and there are people living here. So just, I think when you come here, be respectful, be nice, say hi to the locals. At the end of the day, you are just visiting here and it's a small island. Everything is very congregated. Whatever you do on one side of the island, you know, the other side of the island could feel. And I'm saying this because I know this message is going to reach a lot of people, and I know that there's a lot of people who are potentially going to come visit here. So I hope this really does reach as many people. Remember, just be responsible when you're in Boracay. It's more than just a resort. It's more than just a vacation paradise. There's more to this island than meets the eye. All right, guys, it's been a few hours, so we're gonna outro this video. Jam is gonna give you your Filipino word of the day in the Aklanon dialect today, and that's gonna be?
Unga.
What does that mean?
Kids. Or kids.
Children.
Children.
Because we saw a bunch of children in the village today. Don't forget, I love you a long time. Subscribe for some new videos and turn on that notification button, and we will see you next time on the next adventure. And goodbye, Clats. Hit them. Give them a slap.